Yeah, I'd say it always starts with like, what are the must-have roles? And it goes back to what I mentioned earlier with like, where can we drive instant impact? And so when I joined e-commerce, we had a larger, more established marketing team. When I joined ShipBob, we're still, decent size from a revenue perspective, but we had a rather small marketing team. And so, we were having to be rather thoughtful of, okay, who is that next hire based off of the team we have today? Is it the ideal mix of people or from a focus perspective? And so I think you really like a simplest framework is for people who can see on this, but you've got your standard 2x2 grid. Okay. For everybody who's ever seen a pitch deck, there's the 2x2 grid and, ShipBob or marketer hire, or whoever you're promoting is always going to be in the top right by itself. Okay. This is like, here's, we're the cream of the crop. And so for us, a similar grid to try to create the simple framework is what's going to have the highest impact on the y axis and, what's their confidence level on the x axis. And so you can start plotting different channels. So at ShipBob, we were like there's like a known problem, known commodity. So e-commerce fulfillment, e-commerce 3PL, e-commerce shipping, and e-commerce logistics. And so people were searching for this thing. And so we knew from that, SEO, for example, it was proven in B2B SaaS, and people were searching for this. So our confidence level and the impact that we thought it could have was extremely high. So that would go in the top right. And then let's just take paid search. That might be a little bit lower because it's really expensive and not always as efficient, but people are searching for it. So we knew that this was a channel that could work. And if done right, AdWords is a channel that can scale well for B2B SaaS, especially if your average customer value is high. Whereas then take something like influencer marketing. Sure, the impact at times could be high, but it could also completely bomb. So the impact could be essentially zero. And so another way to think about the grid too is ceiling and floor. And so you have, in the top right, it's high ceiling, high floor. The top left is high ceiling, low floor. Bottom right would be low ceiling, high floor. And the bottom left is low ceiling, low floor. If you kind of plot these different channels. And then that I think because again, you want to drive impact as quickly as possible. And those are the must haves. You can't hire any nice to have roles until you really start to prove out and drive value to the business. And so from that, we were able to start plotting out what are the different channels that we think we can attack that can move the needle as quickly as possible for ShipBob, or you could do it for marketer hire, you can do it for any other company. And I think that should be a strong input for how you start to hire. Because let's say we plot all of that and, we have SEO and we have paid search and naturally we need to, communicate with our customers and the lead that come in. So, marketing automation is more a supporting role. And so it's like, okay, well, we need people that can knock content SEO out of the park. We need somebody, whether it's in-house or, freelancer that can knock paid search out of the park. We need somebody that can really nail marketing automation. And so that should be like the framework for the first couple hires, or you look for people that can juggle multiple, roles in those. And then you can start to expand from there. Whereas, you're not going to want to hire somebody that, fits within any of the other quadrants, I think, until you start to really hit diminishing returns in those channels. And that's one of the ways you can keep the team